Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. If you're new, you're welcome. My name is Anita, and if you haven't subscribed, kindly subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you also get notified each and every week I upload new tutorials to my channel. If you're an old member, you're welcome back. I'm happy to have you guys here. Okay, today I'm going to show you on how to cut and sew a pencil skirt step by step, and I'm also going to be showing you on how to be taking the measurement each steps and go. So you wouldn't want to miss this tutorial. If you want to know how I do this, keep on watching. First thing I'm going to start by is by folding my fabric into two. After folding my fabric into two, I'll just go ahead and draw a straight line right here. That straight line is going to be my guideline. The next thing I'll be doing is I'm going to put a measure from my waist to my hip, deep measurement, and just mark it up. If you take a note here, I left 2 inch. That's I start from where 2 inch is, because that 2 inch is my waistband. So after marking it, I'll go ahead and mark my skirt length. I'll be connecting it with a straight line. I'm going to do the same thing for the length of the skirt, connect it with a straight line. Next thing we are going to do is we're going to be putting in our waist and hip measurement. I will simply go ahead, put 1/4 of my waist measurement. Around my waist measurement is 28 divided by 4 will give me 7 inch plus 1 inch of the dark and my half inch for my allowance. I'm simply going to repeat the same process here. Around my hip measurement is 36 divided by 4 will give me 9 inch plus 1 inch for the dark, altogether is 10 and half inch for the allowance. Simply measure whatever you have here and you're going to minus 2 inch. So mine is 10 and a half. Minus 2 inch from there will be left with 8.5 inch. We are going to connect these 2 points together with a straight line, like so. After connecting it, we're going to take the pan curve ruler. We'll be connecting the hip to the waist with the pan curve ruler, or you can use your free hand if you want to. When we are done connecting the hip to the waist, we're going to go ahead and cut that up. We'll be using the back piece to cut this front piece to cut the back piece, sorry. You make sure you're leaving 1 inch of for the zipper allowance, okay? 1 inch, and here you're going to go up by 1 inch. We will connect that 1 inch to the waist for the front of the front. After connecting it, we'll simply go ahead and cut that up. When you're done cutting it up, separate it because it's going to be having a zipper. My waistband is 4 inch plus half inch of allowance by round my waist measurement. So now we're going to measure 4 inch and mark. From that 4 inch, we'll mark half inch to the right and half inch to the left. That's to create our dark of 1 inch. And you're going to come on your hip deep line. You're going to go up by 2 inch, and we'll connect the 2 inch to the center of that dark and do the same thing to the other side. I'm going to go ahead and just notch that up, okay? I'll simply do the same thing that I did for this dark to the other piece. Now, after marking all the darks, we want to go ahead and just pin it up, pin this up, while making sure all the designs are actually matching up, okay? If you're using a plain fabric, then you just go ahead and pin that up. But if your fabric has some design on it, you make sure you pin all this design together. We'll take it to the machine and stitch here. But before I go ahead and stitch the two side seam, I'll go ahead and stitch my darks. When you always get to the end, always back stitch. I'll do the same thing to all the other darks. When we are done stitching the darks, we're going to go ahead and hem the two side seams. Now, what I'm going to do is simply I'm measuring 1.5 inch. Remember, I left 1 inch for my zipper allowance and 1 inch for allowance. Okay, so sorry. Remember, I left 1 inch for the zipper allowance, ½ inch for the allowance. So I'm going to be measuring 1.5 inch down, and I measure and sorry, connect it with a straight line. Oh God. Next thing we want to do is we're going to join the waistband to the skirts, just ½ inch away. Okay, join it like this. I'll take it to the machine and stitch ½ inch away because I left just ½ inch for allowance got. You can always go ahead and pin everything up if you want to, okay? But me, I hate pinning. Okay, after doing so, the next thing we want to do to flip this like this, and we're going to top stitch all the way to get to this other side. When we are done stitching the waistband, the next thing we want to do is we are going to just cut any excess that we have. That's the thread that we have hanging. Take your measuring tape, measure from the down, now that's from the length of your skirt upward, 6 inch. That's the opening for the back, okay? Because it's a pencil skirt, if you don't do this, it will be a little bit difficult for you to walk. So I'll start from this 6 inch stitch all the way to the waistband right here. And after stitching it, I'll go ahead and press it up to lay it flat. We are going to be adding our zipper right here at the center. So I'll put the zipper tip to the center of my stitches and pin them up. So I'm going to make sure that's mark where my zip is going to end, and that's where I'm going to stop stitching. I'll make sure I put my zipper tip right at the center, okay? And I'll pin that up. Make sure everything is right at the center of that line. We'll pin it up. So when I'm done pinning my zipper, what I'm going to do, I want to take it to the machine and stitch it all the way till I get here. When I get here at back stitch, then I come all the way like this. And here what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold it inside like so, put it inside and stitch, and do the same thing here like this, okay? When we are done stitching the zip, the next thing we want to do is we're going to open up the center. This center right here. Open it up to leave it open so we'll be able to zip our zipper down. Zip my zip down to check if everything was fine, and we're going to hem the downer part. We're simply going to fold 1/2 inch and 1.5 inch downward, and we are done with the skirt. I hope you guys love it. Do not forget to give me a thumbs up.